10 paranormal clips that will have you sleeping with the lights on.
In Florida, a church sat completely abandoned for months, with 0 visitors and no signs of life. Security teams finally reviewed the cameras and uncovered something that changed everything. Look closely at the wooden cross mounted on the wall. It doesn't simply drop or tip over. Instead, it gets violently hurled across the room, slamming hard into the pews. There's no wind, no open doors, and no one else present to explain it. After seeing this, people stopped believing the place was truly empty. The silence that followed felt heavier, as if whatever threw the cross was still waiting in the shadows, watching for the next person brave enough to check. Another strange case comes from a man named Babek who lives in Nepal. In May 2025, he uploaded a mysterious video to his social media accounts. The footage was captured late at night by a security camera positioned near the front gate of his property. What the camera recorded that night is both unsettling and difficult to explain. The video begins with a quiet view of the property surrounded by darkness. At first, everything appears completely normal, then something unusual enters the frame.
It came.
There is only a shadow. Where does such a person exist?
Why did you sit right?
Made it slow, right? Very slow.
Saying it's okay, slippers.
Was it lit before?
He is wearing rain boots, right? Wearing rain boots.
He is. What is this? Rain boots.
Hair is messy. Oh,
The hair flew away. What is this person?
oh, the hair flew away. Shadow.
It looks like a shadow, doesn't it?
Like your mother's bloody shadow bastard.
Don't.
Bloody, the hair is flying away.
Look, again from this. It's like the hair is bloody blown off.
Now I'm sleeping beside you tonight, bloody bastard.
Shut up, woman. You love my Vindaloo curry meat, bloody fucker.
Without warning, what looks like a semi-transparent woman silently appears on the sidewalk. The ghostly figure slowly moves across the camera's field of view, leaving behind far more questions than answers. There is something deeply unsettling about the calm and deliberate way she walks. But the strangest part of the story is that it doesn't end there. Only a few hours after this mysterious sighting, something even more disturbing took place. In the distance, a massive fire can be seen consuming a nearby house. The blaze spreads with incredible speed, quickly engulfing and destroying the entire residence. Unfortunately, though, during my research I was unable to determine exactly where the fire occurred or what caused it. But it's worth mentioning once again that these events took place in Nepal, where a local belief suggests that ghostly apparitions sometimes appear shortly before tragic events occur, almost as if they are warning signs of what's to come. Whether that belief has any truth behind it, I honestly can't say. However, I must admit that seeing the house burst into flames shortly after the appearance of that eerie figure was incredibly shocking and left me with more questions than answers.
So, let me know what you think of this one down below, bloody bastards.
Subscribe to Big Smokeweiler for more paranormal content. Hit like and ring the bell now, or else.
This entire case began with what seemed like minor mischief around the house. Pillows were left scattered across the floor. Cabinets were left half open. And most oddly, a stack of freshly folded laundry was trampled, as if someone had deliberately walked all over it. The couple who lived there first suspected their cat was to blame. After all, that made sense at first. But the force required to move some of the heavier items just didn't add up for a small pet. To put the matter to rest, they set up security cameras around the house. What those cameras eventually recorded would completely change their lives. Look closely at the footage. The cat isn't even in the room. Yet that chair begins moving all by itself. It's not random rocking either. It's slow and rhythmic, almost as if someone sat down and is gently pushing back and forth with their feet against the floor. Many viewers believe this is the spirit of a child. But here's the scariest part of the entire case. The activity doesn't stop when the sun comes up. Do you think this is something simple? Or is whatever's in this house starting to get way too confident? It's 6:05 in the morning. Let's watch a bunch of video clips uploaded by the user Davo Valkrat. It all started in the most common way, hearing strange noises in another room.
See? It's nothing.
Look closely. While he walks toward the kitchen looking for the source of the noise, the camera catches something he didn't see at that moment. Right there on the edge of the door, a pale, deformed, almost human-like head peeks out briefly and then hides. The most disturbing thing about it all is that the guy keeps walking completely unaware that he was just inches away from that thing. But the nightmare doesn't end here. When he gets to the window, look at the reflection he captures unknowingly. I mean, to me it looks like the same face watching him from the darkness outside. He still doesn't even notice it after his followers told him. He increased the brightness of the video and the face becomes undeniable. Days later, while he was working on his computer, the noises came back.
It's 3:43 in the morning. And right. Again.
He heads back to the kitchen to prove that it's not just a prank or a joke. He stands beside the place where the face first appeared, just to check, and then something else creepy happens.
I turn on the flashlight.
Whatever it was that peeked out was significantly taller than him, and there's no physical space for a person to hide there. And suddenly he hears this.
This thing comes out over there. I want you to notice.
I'm going to
make a comparison. I'm not sure you can see it, but in here you can't put any chair that doesn't stand out, because all the chairs we have, it's a...
A creepy knock occurs on the back door. The man heads out to investigate, but nobody is outside. No humans or animals. Just silence. But when he comes back in and turns off the lights, it happens again. Knock knock motherfucker. Some say it's a clicker, an entity that mimics human sounds to lure its prey. But seeing that thing was already inside his house in the first video, the question is, would you dare to spend another night in that house? Belongings hold onto traces of their former owners. A TikTok user who collects antiques visited an estate sale. A house was being auctioned off while its contents were cleared out after the owner passed away. The relatives were eager to sell everything off fast. The deals were incredibly cheap. They needed the place emptied right away. He picked up old frames, ornaments, and other items meant for resale. Once home, his family snapped a few quick photos of the haul to list them online. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary shot of vintage junk ready for sale. But that's not the full story. If we brighten the image and zoom in right between these two pieces, we see this creepy bitch. There's a face there, a pale one with an absolutely chilling expression, peeking out from the late owner's things. The collector doesn't recognize who it is. No one else was in the room when the photo was taken. And whatever it is, it doesn't give off a friendly vibe. Just take a good look. What on earth is that? Did he bring home more than he bargained for with those decorations? The Sun Hotel has become notorious for the countless reports of paranormal activity captured over the years. But none of those incidents compare to the astonishing evidence they recently recorded on camera. And today, you're about to see exactly why this location has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted hotels in the world. Guests have reported objects moving on their own, shadowy figures darting through hallways, unexplained noises, and a few sounds that are a little easier to account for.
I didn't know that you
Jokes and farts aside, let's begin with the CCTV footage. While reviewing the overnight security cameras, the hotel owner noticed that the motion sensors had detected activity in the kitchen at around 5 a.m. He expected to find nothing more than a bug crawling across the camera, but what he discovered instead sent chills down his spine.
Just, with the area where everything went flying, we have a light thing of crackers, which there's not much in there, so it's not super heavy. The butter is pretty heavy. Bananas are very heavy compared to the rest, and then you got your crackers, which are pretty heavy, which are full. We're not ruling out the possibility of, some type of animal. It'd have to be a pretty big animal to do what you're about to see, but again, I'm leaning more towards paranormal because we did a lot of debunking. There was no droppings. We've never seen any type of rat, possum, anything like that in this building. The movement, it was just so weird. Like the movement went like this, so there had to have been, I can't explain it. So let's get right to it. Going to the events to make sure nobody came in or out of the kitchen. There's first set of movement right there. We know nobody came into the kitchen. I came in there 3 hours prior to this, and I'll show you that footage. And we'll also go over the light anomaly, because that that one is just crazy to me. I've never seen anything like that. So let's see what other movement we're going to get. That was the taller cracker. You can hear something's moving there. There's big movement. I think the taller box is about to go flying here in a second. Okay, you can hear it. There it goes. Alright, there's the taller box. Now the banana's coming up. This is the one that's really weird. Should be here in a second. Right there. Alright, so look like the butter just moved. Now look at the bananas. I can't explain that. Like, looks like it got pulled back. Now it's about to get launched. And this is the last part. And here we go.
At first glance, you might assume that someone secretly entered the building and staged an elaborate prank. However, a closer inspection reveals that the footage comes directly from the camera system itself, eliminating the possibility of video editing. What's even stranger is that the recordings show no one entering the kitchen between 2 a.m. when the owner was last there and 5 a.m. when the disturbance began. So what could have possibly caused all those items to crash to the floor? And that's not even the strangest thing caught on camera that night. Now take a look at this front desk footage recorded around the same time as the activity in the kitchen.
See how bright that is? You can even see at the bottom the scales. The reflection on there looks like somebody's welding. So my first thought was, okay, there's something in that light. You know, the light bulb's going out, something. But then I decided to go to a different camera angle, and this is the front desk. Look at this. So you can clearly see it's not that light. It's something entirely like emitting on its own. Right there. Look how bright it is. The camera even picks up on it. It's like, whoa. That is incredibly bright. It looks like it's coming like from the back side of that picture right there.
That flash doesn't appear to have come from the light fixture at all. The strange burst of light appeared above the staircase, and even today nobody has been able to explain exactly what caused it. But paranormal activity isn't the only thing unsettling guests and staff members. For more than a decade, Eddie the Haunted Doll has become something of a local legend throughout the hotel. Over the years, countless paranormal investigators have claimed to capture him moving on camera. Some viewers even believed they could see Eddie's chest rising and falling almost as if he were breathing. After those incidents, Eddie seemed to take a break from terrifying visitors, but recently, he appeared to become active once again. Because of his growing reputation, the hotel eventually placed him inside a locked glass display case, and that's exactly what makes this next clip so difficult to explain. There is absolutely nobody nearby, and Eddie remains securely locked behind the glass. So how did he suddenly lean forward on his own? Some people suggest it could simply be gravity. But if that's the case, why did he tip forward, stop completely, and then continue moving again? That's a very unusual way for gravity to behave. Of course, Eddie isn't the only supposedly haunted doll residing inside the historic Jefferson Hotel. Several years ago, while investigating Eddie, a paranormal research team captured another mysterious figure trying to steal the spotlight. Everything began with this video. After releasing the footage, the investigators posted a follow-up explanation. But surprisingly, that explanation revealed something even more disturbing. Most people completely miss it on the first viewing. Look closely at the reflection in the glass behind Eddie. Another doll appears to tilt its head to one side, clearly visible in the background. Maybe it was tired of Eddie receiving all the attention. Whatever it was, there's no doubt in my mind that hotel is seriously haunted, and people from all around the world capture strange events occurring with every passing year. A renowned scholar arrives at a historic site, an honor he has long dreamed of achieving. His closest friend joins him, camera ready to preserve this solemn occasion. That same afternoon, they enter the prayer hall and find it almost deserted. A heavy silence hangs in the air. The scholar moves to the center and kneels alone, or so it seems. His friend raises his phone to capture the moment, but the lens reveals something far more chilling. Right behind him, a glowing figure sits just inches away, its presence unmistakable. When the friend reviews the recording, he freezes in shock. No other person had been in the room with them. The figure was invisible to the naked eye, yet the camera captured it perfectly. The video spread rapidly online. Viewers are haunted by the same question. Why did this entity choose to appear directly behind the scholar in such a sacred space? Was it there to protect him, or was it watching him for something far darker? No one has found an answer. But I'd like to hear your take down below. This video comes from a man named Ben, and in just a moment you'll see that he's dealing with something deeply unsettling inside his home. The footage begins with Ben standing on the upper floor of his house. Almost immediately, strange noises can be heard coming from the kitchen downstairs. According to Ben, these bizarre sounds have been occurring for quite some time and often wake him up in the middle of the night. He explains that the first time it happened, he assumed someone had broken into the house. However, when he carefully went downstairs to investigate, he was shocked to find that no one was there. Since then, unexplained activity has continued to occur on a regular basis. Hoping to put an end to it, Ben tried a method he believed might help. He brought holy water into the house and sprinkled it throughout the rooms. At first, the plan appeared to work. But only a few nights later, the disturbing noises returned louder and more aggressive than before. With fear building inside him, Ben grabbed his phone and started recording.
Hello?
Several cabinet doors are standing open and kitchen items are scattered across the floor as though someone had rushed through the room and turned everything upside down. He slowly pans the camera around the downstairs area, and just when it seems nothing stranger could happen, a knife suddenly shoots out from inside a drawer. Terrified and unable to understand what he has just witnessed, Ben rushes upstairs in panic, seeking safety in his bedroom. That's when he's startled once again. Loud, rapid footsteps can be heard charging up the staircase behind him. Completely frightened, he slams the bedroom door shut, terrified of whatever might be approaching. In the comments section, many viewers who strongly believe in the paranormal quickly suggested that the activity resembled a poltergeist, a violent spirit believed to possess enough force to move furniture and throw objects. Ben later explained that he was so shaken by the experience that he refused to leave his room until sunrise. He spent the entire night awake and on edge. The following morning, he left the house with only a few belongings and returned to live with his parents. These events were reportedly recorded in November 2025, and since then there have been no further updates regarding Ben's situation. Whether he eventually moved away permanently or somehow resolved the problem remains unknown. And although I intend to continue following the story, I suspect we may never learn how it truly ended. Abdullah Al-Anbari investigates reportedly haunted sites across Saudi Arabia, streaming his explorations live on Snapchat. He ventures into a notorious location known among local ghost hunters as the House of the Devil. Unsurprisingly, things take a disturbing turn.
بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا بسم الله صوت غريب يا جماعة. بسم الله ايش فينا؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله الله بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ايش اللي سوى هنا؟ استغفر الله العظيم. بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله.
He ultimately decides it's time to leave the house for good after pooping his pants. So, was this the work of a poltergeist? Or could there be another explanation? This mystery is still yet unsolved. Katrina and her husband had always lived a quiet life without major disruptions. But everything turned upside down as soon as they moved next to an old house that had been abandoned for years. From the very first week, they began to hear strange sounds coming from that decaying structure, muffled voices, sharp knocks, and on some nights even loud bangs that sounded like gunshots. The house was empty, but it seemed alive. In one of their recordings, Katrina is on the porch filming the mysterious house next door, when strange noises can be heard coming from inside it. She tries to stay calm and record as much as she can.
Okay guys, update. I'm standing by the door and you can still hear it. definitely not gunshots. Some people said, oh, it's gunshots. I'm going to try to be quiet now because I'm going to add captions to this and see if we can pick up any other voices. On the last video, near the end, I had captions on and it said thank you, but I didn't say thank you. Hello? Sounds like it's coming from the roof. Hey guys, no.
The couple says strange things soon began happening in their own home, especially with Katrina's mother's dolls. To investigate, they set up cameras. One night, while her husband was away, Katrina was alone with her dog, Lucy, when a loud crash came from the kitchen. She grabbed her phone to record, and what she captured left her in shock. Take a look at this.
Okay guys, it's just me and Lucy up here. I was just listening to music. I was on the laptop and we're hearing something in the kitchen. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Come on, Lou, come on. Hello? Hello?
Right after that terrifying moment, she barely had time to recover. The very next morning, something equally horrifying happened in the same spot. While she was washing dishes, distracted, the cabinet door suddenly slammed open with violence, throwing objects onto the floor as if an invisible force wanted to reveal itself. Katrina fled the kitchen in pure panic without even looking back. The family still lives in the house, but since the last videos there have been no new updates. Some believe it's all connected to the abandoned shack next door, and that whatever lived there crossed into their home and now torments this family. But what do you guys at home think? Is this a real case of paranormal caught on camera? Or just another hoax for clout, clicks, and internet fame? You decide.
Darling, is the wind blowing today? I'd like to watch television, darling.
My name is Jeff.